So, when you was a child, surely your parents taught you that law enforcement officials, such as police officers, are there to help you. If there's a burglar trying to get into your house, or you was assaulted on the street, or bullied, there's drugs in the area, traffic laws, all that kind of stuff. They're there to protect you. That badge means I'm here to protect you. They're supposed to be respectable, authoritative, upstanding folks that, can be looked up to and trusted. Well, you hear about stories like the one recently. I think the kid was 17 and it was in Chicago, who was shot 16 times by a police officer. I guess he had a knife. Yeah, granted. But the police officer had no right, no place to shoot this kid. The dash cam shows that the kid was just standing there, I guess, and talking to the cop or whatever, and the cop just opened fire, shot him. And so there's a whole big case going on. People are, trying to protest, yada yada, get stuff going to make sure this guy gets arrested. And some people are talking about that it looks like this officer might not be arrested. They might just give him paid leave. And if that were to happen, there's going to be a citywide shutdown, whatever it is, I don't remember exactly. But people are going to be protesting more. And, I wish I could be there. I wish I could be there to protest every time something like this happens, because I am sick to death of racism and bigotry, discrimination, prejudice, and negativity, negative judgment. Innocent lives being judged for their skin color or their race, their nationality, whatever they believe in. I'm sick and tired of it. It makes me sick. And then this child is dead. He will never get to grow up. He will never live his life again. His family is grieving for him. And that police officer might be able to fucking walk. It's like the Trayvon Martin story. He was a kid. He was shot and killed, or I think he was shot, but, some guy thought he was a threat and decided to kill him. That guy, I think he got away. And it's like, it is sick. Absolutely goddamn sick. The way people are in this world. If a white person gets killed, it's a tragedy to everybody. But if a person of color, black, Hispanic, whatever, gets killed, oh, they must have been a criminal. They must have done something wrong. They must have been at fault. What the fuck is that? And then, like I said, this news story, the guy shot this kid 16 fucking times. The police officer was not in any imminent danger. He was like way back at his car, and the kid was standing on the lawn. Why couldn't he just have like tased the kid to get him to cooperate, or talked him out? Law enforcement is supposed to be there to protect you. They're supposed to be on your side. They're supposed to listen to you. And yet we can't trust them worth a damn. Now, that's not all police officers. I'll admit I know a couple in town here where I live that are actually very, very nice. They're cool. They, if you're nice to them, they don't bother you. And I've even gotten rides from a few of them when I was walking home. And, they were nice. I see them at the store. They're like, hey, how you doing? They call me by name. So there are nice police officers. I'm not saying all police officers are bad. But the bad apples are growing increasingly. Civilians decide, like, oh, if I get a badge, that's going to make me powerful. I'm going to be, able to do whatever I want. I can dictate this, that, and the other thing. Well, you know what? Cops are not the lawmakers, they should be the law abiders and the law keepers, the ones who enforce the laws. Instead of going out and harming innocent people. I mean, this innocent kid gets killed. This kid gets fucking shot to death. Somebody could have been making meth in the house next door. Somebody could have fucking been raping somebody. Somebody could have been robbed in a back alley while they're shooting a kid because he's black. This shit has to stop. It's the world, but this country, it's growing increasingly. I mean, just look at our government and our politics. That's on a different page, but look at all the racists that are out there and getting away with this shit. Towns where people gang up on somebody because they don't like their skin color, or they look at them the wrong way, and because they're black, they decide, we can, and they get away with it. They murder people because of their skin color, and they get away with it. Church groups, KKK groups, hate groups of any fucking kind are allowed to walk because, there's so much hate out there. It's like I said, if somebody Caucasian gets killed, cry in shame. Hispanic or black person gets killed, somebody's always got to come out of the woodwork to say they must have been a criminal. Something must have been done by them to instigate it. They must be the ones at fault. It's just like when I was in school, there were so many racists in like school. There was one in my class, and we was watching the news one time, and I guess it was like a car chase or something. We was on lunch break, and it was a car chase, and it was a black guy. There have also been white people, and there have also been women. But the little shit in the classroom's like, go figure, the guys, and he said the N-word. And I turned to him and I'm like, did you just call that guy the N-word? I said, who the fuck cares what his skin color is? He's a criminal. He could be white, black, green, purple, fucking, it doesn't goddamn matter. What really fucking matters and what really needs to be focused on is the racist undertones in this country. The kid in Chicago, he was 17 and the officer shot him 16 times. It looks as though this guy might walk. He might just get suspended and paid leave. I don't agree with crime and violence and death. I try to be a pacifist. I try to be peaceful. I try to be open-minded. I try to look at the bright side of things, even when things are dark. But in a case like this, the guy needs to be hung, drawn, and quartered. He killed an innocent child. Or maybe, I can't say the kid was innocent. Maybe he was doing something. I mean, he was holding a knife, fine. But the cop did not have to fucking shoot him. He did not have to shoot him 16 times. He did not have to murder him. He could have tried to talk to the fucking kid, and if the kid was getting aggressive, mace his fucking face. Taser him. Don't kill him. We live in a country, in a world where we're supposed to be united and live in peace, and call me a hippie, but I believe we can still achieve that. I believe we can still achieve peace and happiness and equality. There's enough money in this country alone to make everyone who's homeless have a home, or even 2 homes. There's enough, to put racism awareness out there. But we have too many haters. Whether it's, like I said, politics, government, law, people on the street. So, I really hope and pray that this guy gets put away doesn't get allowed to walk. And my heart goes out to the families of all these people who are victims or lose somebody due to police brutality. So, that's my thoughts on the whole situation.